Hey everybody, welcome to Chapter 8. Doesn't say it there, but this is Chapter 8 of COMM 305 or Managerial Accounting. In this chapter, we'll be looking at 3 different costing methods. 2 that you've seen already, we're just going to give them names, and then 1 brand new one. So this is not a very difficult chapter. I think it might be one of the easier questions on your final exam, but will still be worth somewhere between 15 and 20 marks. So really important to try and get all the marks for this question if you really want to end up with that nice high grade, right? So what we're learning in this chapter is how to write an income statement by using 3 different methods, 3 different costing methods. The first one, absorption costing, that's the one you're most familiar with. That's the one you sort of learned in 217. We learned it again at the beginning of the semester in Chapter 2. Variable costing is what you would have learned in Chapter 6. You know, we did that CVP income statement. That's the variable costing. So we're just going over that again. And then the brand new one is throughput costing. So what are the things you need to know? First of all, we are changing, under each of those methods, we're changing the definition of a product cost. We're changing the definition of the unit cost of your product. I know it sounds like I'm saying the same thing, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, since the beginning of the semester, we said that your materials, your labor, and your overhead goes into work in process, then it goes into finished goods, and only once those goods are sold does that material, labor, and overhead become cost of goods sold. Right? And that's the definition of a product cost. A product cost is a cost that is attached to the product rather than the period. So the first thing you want to memorize, okay, is the first row of this table. By memorizing the first row, you'll automatically know the second row. So really focus on this. That under absorption costing, your inventory includes, right, the cost of your inventory includes DMDL and both overheads, variable and fixed. When you moved into variable costing, we exclude fixed overhead. Fixed manufacturing overhead becomes a period cost, and the cost of your inventory, your product cost, only includes the MDL and BMOH. And finally, in throughput costing, which is sometimes referred to as super variable costing, only direct material is a product cost. Your units, your inventory is only valued by the materials that we used. It doesn't mean we didn't use the other costs, but all of your other costs, so your DL, your MOH, they all become period costs, okay? All 3 of these will be in the exam. It's not like one is more likely than the other. They're all going to be there. You got to know all 3. Now, the relationship between them. In your exam, they're either going to tell you that you produced more units than you sold, or that you sold more units than you produced, or in a rare case where your units produced and units sold were the same. So why do we care about that? It's useful to know that the net income calculated under the 3 methods is not necessarily the same. I'm not saying that we're learning 3 different ways to getting to the same answer. And so you have to know that when your units produced is greater than your units sold, absorption costing will always have the highest net income, followed by variable, and then throughput would be the lowest, right? I'm just repeating what you see here. And then that flips, right? So if your units sold is greater, now if you're wondering, like, how could you sell more units than you produce? It just means that you had some inventory left over from last year. If you sell more units than you produce, then it's throughput that would have the highest net income, followed by variable, and absorption would be the lowest. So your variable costing is always kind of sandwiched between them, okay? The best way to learn this chapter, guys, is to solve questions. And so we are going to solve this case. We're going to basically going through this. I'll show you everything you need to know. By the end of it, you'll have everything you need to get full marks on this question. Okay, so let's get into it. Quebec Products manufactures and sells a variety of camping products. Cost and sales data for the month are as follows. So we've given you all of that info. Fixed overhead, variable overhead, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The unit data, we produced 10,000, we sold 7, and we started with 2,000 units. The 10 sells for $150. Management is interested in the opening month's results and has asked for an income statement. Quebec Products uses budgeted volume of 15,000. We don't need the budgeted volume for anything. This is for something called normal costing, which we don't cover in 305 anymore. Okay, so if they do give it to you, budgeted volume, normal volume. Okay, so the first thing we'll go over is how you calculate your unit cost under each of the methods. Okay, so this is a very important first step. What you want to have for all of your manufacturing costs, so that means fixed and variable overhead, DM and DL, these four, okay? You always want to have them on a per unit basis. So sometimes they'll be given to you on a per unit basis, which is beautiful, you'll have them. But if they're not given to you on a per unit basis, you have a reminder right here, you want to always base it on units produced. So you want to take those, all four of those, and divide them in this case by 10,000 units. Each of these is divided by 10,000. So that means you have $15, $4, $16, and $60. Okay, this is your per unit number. And then depending on which method you're using, you're just going to add up a different combination of them. And that's where that, that first table I showed you, where you want to have it memorized. So for absorption costing, you're adding up all of them, all four: DM, DL, VOH, FOH. So if you add 60 plus 16 plus 4 plus 15, that's 60 plus 20 plus 15, so 95. DM plus DL plus VMOH plus FMOH, 95. Under variable costing, you exclude fixed overhead. It shouldn't be that hard to remember. It's variable costing. Okay, you only include the variable costs. So it would be 60 DM plus DL plus VMOH. So that would be $80. And under throughput, it's only direct material. That's it. So those are your three costs. Super, super, super important first step. Okay, because everything you're going to do is going to be based on these numbers.